Logan County Council Public Works Committee meeting is now called to order. Janine, would you please call the roll?
And just as a reminder to all who are in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Jones.
Here.
Mr. Castleberry.
Here.
Ms. Conwell. Ms. Conwell is absent at the moment. Mr. Miller.
Here.
Mr. Sweeney.
Present.
There is a quorum.
All right, thank you, Janine. Do you have a question?
Ms. Conwell is out of town, so I'm going to move that we excuse her absence.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. The councilwoman is excused. Right at this time, are there any public comments, Janine?
No, Mr. Chair, no one is signed in.
Okay. So at this time, we will entertain a motion to approve our minutes from the July 2nd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. So at this time, we have 3 items that have been referred to this committee. And Janine, feel free to read the first item into the record.
Resolution number 2025-0236, fixing the 2026 water, storm, and sanitary sewer maintenance and sewage treatment rates for county sewer district numbers 1, 1A, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 13, 14, 18, 20, 21, 22, and 24 in accordance with Ohio Revised Code Section 6117.02.
Good morning, Melanie Say, Department of Public Works.
I'm sorry, if you say your name again.
Good morning, Melanie Say, Department of Public Works. This legislation before you today is our annual request to fix the sewer maintenance rates for our member communities. Public Works Sanitary Division serves 40 communities, 33 full service and 7 direct bill. The funds collected help maintain and operate, rehabilitate, and repair the sanitary and sewage systems for our member communities. The rates vary but are determined by multiple factors, which include pending capital needs, just the general maintenance and repair of the sanitary sewage systems, and all funds are meant to be collected to ensure that there is proper funding available for any type of emergency repairs. The changes for 2026 are North Randall, they're doing a rate reallocation. Brooklyn is also doing a rate reallocation. Beechwood is doing a rate reallocation. East Cleveland is doing a rate reallocation, and I am happy to report that we are bringing on an additional community, Bracknell. That legislation will be before you the next council meeting.
All right, are there any questions from the committee?
Seems routine.
Okay. You gave a list of cities that were, you said doing a rate reallocation?
Correct.
I heard North Randall, Brooklyn, East Cleveland,
Beechwood.
Beechwood. How much money is in this fund?
As far as the total fund,
Yeah, total.
it's over $24 million.
24 million? How much do we typically spend in a year?
In any given year, it depends. Last year, we spent about 28, but that's because we did replace some Vector trucks.
So 24 in the bigger scheme is not even a year's worth of money, so to speak, is
No.
go through it over the course of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, thank you. If there,
I have a question.
oh, go right ahead, Council.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And to Ms. A, could you describe the nature of the reallocations that's being
Yes.
allocated from what to what? And are the reallocations basically the same for the different communities, or do they vary by community?
The actual reallocations vary by communities. For North Randall, their sanitary went from 75 cents to 125, whereas their storm went from 175 to 125. For Brooklyn, their reallocation was from sanitary from $2.20 to $2, and their storm went from 40 cents to 0 cents. Beechwood reallocation, the sanitary went from 75 cents to 150, and their storm was reduced from 75 to 0. And for East Cleveland, their reallocation, their sanitary went to 0, and their storm went from 0 to $3. And then Bracknell is an additional community, and their rates are going to be set sanitary $2 and storm $1.
And that's $1 per what, per
Linear
what?
feet, front footage, yeah,
$1 per year per front foot is,
yes.
okay.
How long are these
Every
rates?
year, we come before you to actually set the rates and approve the rates. This legislation right here just fixes the rates. The second legislation that will be coming before you actually approves the rates for the year, but it's a yearly rate.
And do we have this agreement with all 59 cities or?
No, we only have agreements with 40, with Bracknell being added on, a total of 40 communities.
We have a proposed substitute for this item. Willing to entertain a motion to introduce the proposed substitute.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor,
Hold
say
on. What's the nature of the substitute?
Would you like to take a moment and
It was
read it
just the
first?
additional adding on Bracknell. We just got confirmation from Bracknell that they would be coming on. So when we submitted the original legislation, Bracknell was not on there. The substitute is adding Bracknell on to the actual legislation.
All right.
Okay.
Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions? Not all in favor of accepting the proposed
Chairman.
substitute? Yes, go right ahead.
Oh, it was one of the changes, though, was that the rate change for North Randall as well, though? Was that part of the substitute, or was
It
that?
is. North
Yeah.
Randall probably would, we had two communities after our May 31st deadline asked for either to be added or a reallocation.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, any further questions? If there are no further questions, all in favor, and we have made the motion, second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Janine, feel free to read the next item to the record.
Hold on,
Yes.
Mr. Chair. We,
Oh, we did
we
not
just
make the
accepted-
motion. Yes.
okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Now that we have approved the amendment, is there a motion to accept the resolution in its totality?
I so move.
Second.
And do we need suspension or no?
We do need second reading suspension,
All right,
just
and-
because they have to be approved by September 8th per the ORC.
We can, even without suspension, we can still pass it on August 5th. Is that sufficient?
It is.
Okay. Then we don't need suspension.
Well, because we're going to bring Bracknell forth for a second suspension and because they're a new agreement, we do want this approved in second reading suspension so that Bracknell, when it comes forth, that their agreement can go forth because they're in this, they're in this new rate allocation.
Okay. So we'll move that it be referred for second reading suspension.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Resolution number 2025-0237, approving and confirming the 2026 water, storm, and sanitary sewer maintenance and sewage treatment assessments.
Good morning, Melanie Say, Department of Public Works. This is just the second piece of legislation. The first piece just fixed the rates. The second piece is a request to approve the rates for 2026 and new member community.
All right, any questions?
Yes.
Go right ahead, Council.
Why is it that we can't have a single piece of legislation that fixes the rates and approves them?
From my understanding, the ORC has two different requests, one to actually set the rates and one to actually approve the rates. We just have never entertained combining them into one piece of legislation. I can look into that and ask law about it for the next round, since it's before you every year.
Okay, so check with them and let us know.
Okay, thank
And
you.
The other question I have is whether we need essentially the same substitute on this that we had on the last one.
We do.
Was that substitute distributed, or do we just have the one?
We only have the one.
Wow, they're not.
Because they both should mirror each other. So
Mr. Chair, Trevor Meckler, council staff, if it's okay with the committee, if you can pass this out as is, and we'll work with the law department to see if we need to include, I just want to confirm if Bratnall needs to be in that second piece because it's confirming the rates. And if it's okay, we can do it at the council meeting if proposed substitute is needed.
That's fine, we can do
Okay.
that. All right. With that, any
Thank you.
further questions on this particular item? Melanie, did you finish your presentation?
yes,
All right, if no other questions, we will entertain a motion.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
And excuse me, Mr. Chair, is that for second reading or second reading suspension?
Is it still parallel?
correct. Request for second reading suspension.
So we will modify your
I'd
second.
like to make the motion to second reading suspension for this particular piece of legislation.
Second.
Be moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Resolution number 2025-0238, authorizing an amendment to contract number 5012 with Chagrin Valley Engineering for the reconstruction of Lee Road from Shaker Heights Northern Corporation Line to Invermere Avenue in the cities of Shaker Heights and Cleveland.
Good morning, Eric Mack, Public Works. This project is two separate projects that are both federally sponsored, one in Shaker and one in Cleveland. And there's a multi-step process. Back in February, we put in part one, which was for Shaker's preliminary design for $640,000. Today, there's part two and part three. Part two is for Cleveland's first part, a preliminary design for about $700,000. And then part three is the detailed design of Shaker Heights, and that's nearly $1.5 million. So total, it is nearly $2.2 million. And there will be a fourth part, which is Cleveland's final design coming later next year. This project is 3 miles long, 1.9 in Shaker and 1.1 in Cleveland. It goes from North Park Boulevard there on the northern end in Shaker down to Miles Road. The border between Cleveland and Shaker is Scottsdale. And so Cleveland requested that we use the same consultant so that there's no, so we can use the same consultant so there's a good consistency between the two projects. They're going to be sold, Shaker's portion's going to sell the spring of '26, and Cleveland's going to sell the spring of '27. Cleveland is currently selling a project for a tunnel sewer project that has to be built first prior to the road being reconstructed. So that's the reason why Cleveland's lagging. Total, the Shaker portion is going to be 21 million, and the Cleveland portion is 17.7, a little less because it's less road. There will be a pedestrian improvement along the west side, and that's going to be a multi-use trail. And finally, this amendment for this consultant, they're going to follow the standard DEI goals that we set at 19% SBE, 8% MBE, and 3% WBE.
Any questions from the committee?
Yes, I have a couple. What are the expected completion dates?
So We are considering them two-year projects. So the one that's going to start Shaker's Part in '26 will go and finish the fall of '27. And the Cleveland portion that starts in the spring of '27 will go all of '27 and all of '28.
And do we have a rundown on what the funding sources are for the full construction projects, or don't we know yet?
We do have those numbers. There are many sources of grants. They were successful on 6 different grant opportunities from the DOPWIC committee to the NOAC at TLCI, and then we have an ODOT health and safety money fund. We also have the CMAQ fund from NOACA, which is air quality. And then we have a SIB loan as well as a TA, which is transportation alternatives. So there's many different sources. Both projects are funded federally 80%. So the county is contributing $1 million to each project, Shakers and Cleveland's, and the city's coming up with the remaining amount.
Can you repeat that total amount again?
So the Shaker Heights portion is like 21 million, and federally speaking, they are funded at 80%, so 16.7 million. And then the county's contributing 1 million, and Shaker will then be paying 3.3 million. The Cleveland project is funded federally at 15.3 million, county at 1 million, and Cleveland at 1.4 million. So Cleveland's funding, because they're a year or two behind Shakers, they are still looking for like extra grants to cover their portion, and also our portion.
Which city is still looking?
Cleveland.
Cleveland, okay.
So Shakers went more quickly because they had the public involvement ready. Once this passes, this consultant will start with the public involvement piece for Cleveland.
So, Mr. Chairman, given that the cost of the Shaker project is not that much larger than the Cleveland at 21 versus 17, why is Shaker's portion so much higher than Cleveland's?
It's higher because it's 1.9 miles long versus Cleveland's 1.1 miles long. So it's about 40% longer. So that's why it costs more. They're both getting similar typical sections through their corridor. It's just a length issue.
So Cleveland is at 1
miles.
and their cost was
17.7 million.
the city's cost itself.
Oh, the city's cost is 1.4.
Okay, so they're paying 1.4 million for 1.1 miles. And for Shaker Heights, their cost is,
Their cost is 3.3 for 1.9. So Shaker is paying more than Cleveland from that proportioning.
it's somewhat more even on a per mile basis.
Correct, and we kept our contribution consistent for each community at 1 million.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Councilman.
Thank you. I know how you like questions, so I'm going to try to help satisfy that desire of yours. What road is it? I mean, who owns it? Who manages it? County, state?
So they are county route, so Lee Road is a county route, but when you are incorporated, the city has the responsibility for that road. Only in the townships would the county routes be the county's responsibility.
So it's a county road.
So it's a county road. So it's, and that's why we are, and that's why we are participating, because NOACA asked us to sponsor the project. Cleveland cannot sponsor federal projects. And Shaker Heights asked us to sponsor it as a county route.
Got it. Just on Dale's question, does that make sense, the difference of money? Or just give us a fuller explanation later if you can, because of the,
Sure. So not only is it the length of road, but also the width of road. And I believe the Cleveland's portion has a 4-lane the setup versus a 5-lane through Shaker.
that makes sense. Thank you.
So that's why it's a
enough
little bit
explanation.
more.
Since it's the same road and it's a county road, can't we just have one project?
Yes, we could, but the scale of that project would be $40 million. And we would not want to sell that by itself, because we get a better competitive bids when we have a smaller dollar amount, and we can get smaller firms to look at it, selling for the construction.
So the 40 million through the chair, there's a less pool of individual or entities.
Correct. You'd
that
be
would-
dealing with a very large contractor, and there's fewer of them as opposed to a smaller mom and pop style contractor that could go in after the $20 million project.
And through the chair, just historically or analytically, the larger ones automatically charge more because there's only fewer of them? Because I'm thinking if they're large, they're going to be smaller because they're going to come in, they have all the stuff to do, so.
It's a scale, and it's a function. The county is competing against ODOT and their large projects then. And so whatever ODOT is selling, that's who we would be competing against for that contractor. And sometimes we found that contractors won't bid for us because they can just do the ODOT projects. Whereas by,
It's twofold, money and a shrinking pool, if any, because of
yes, correct.
the need out there.
And then also Cleveland's was not ready to go because the public involvement was not completed, whereas Shaker's was. So, and Cleveland also had that sewer project that needs to get built separately. So we need to wait for WPC to construct that tunnel. And so we had that time, so we thought.
Is the tunnel on the road, on the route?
It is underneath the road. It's about 40 feet under the road, and it's, I believe, 4 foot, I think it's 4 feet diameter,
Yeah.
the whole length of Lee within Cleveland, because of flooding that is occurring on the east side of Lee Road.
That is the most frustrating thing through the chair, when they don't do their due diligence on the underground work and a brand-new road goes in. So I commend the city of Cleveland for that foresight.
We've been meeting with the utility director, Marty Keene, on this project, just
Can I
to
be-
make sure that that gets done.
Can I be a smart aleck?
Sure.
Cane and Abel, sugar cane, Marty Kane instead of Keene. It looks like Keene.
Okay.
I've been corrected many, many times.
All right.
Thank you for
welcome.
your work you do, and we're in good hands with you and the department, but specifically you on these kind of projects. So thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
One quick point. Thank you, Mr. Mack. Did you say there's like a multi-purpose trail too? Is that the Shaker Heights?
Correct, both Cleveland and
Oh, it's
Shaker.
on both
Yes.
parts of the project.
So they're going to
Okay.
continue it. It's going to tie into the Shaker Lakes up on the northern end and go all the way down to Miles. So that way it'll connect all those neighborhoods up to the Shaker Lakes and then eventually out through University Circle out to the lake.
Great, appreciate it. Thanks for the clarification.
Tell us again, what is that work Cleveland needs to do in this tunnel or?
So it's a relief sewer project for storm sewer. So when it rains, I guess they've got some flooding issues. So they're constructing this tunnel underground that's going to hold the water so that it won't go into people's homes, and it'll go into the tunnel and then eventually into the sewers to then drain properly. And it's 40 feet underground, and it's the whole length. And every cross street, they are going to have construction, so we don't want to get our project going until that is complete.
At first, and then you build a new road, so they don't have to break up the new road to.
Correct.
To do it. Okay.
I have one more
Makes
question that I forgot about, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Just, it's a large contract. We got Valley Engineering. They were selected by competitive bid.
Correct.
And the City of Cleveland says, oh, we want to keep the same one for consistency. And since they're doing it now, we're not going to go out to bid again, because these are significant dollar amounts, and
Correct.
it makes, for the City of Cleveland to say that they want to keep the same way, and it gave my thought process of how couldn't we keep it if we're just extending it, or if they thought we could go out to bid, because that's why they said that.
They like the consistency for the public relations and knowing that it's non-competing firms, firm A against firm B, and maybe they might have some issues, and it's easier, it does well for us. This firm is an SBE already, so they meet their 19% goal.
Yeah, that's important, but just for the City of Cleveland to say through the chair, we want to keep the same consultant. How could they not if there is a contract already in place? And that got my thought process of, if that's an accurate statement, to replace them or get a different one because they want to keep the same one, that gives a chance to get a different one, does that go out to bid?
That would have gone out to bid, yes.
If they said, we want a different one,
Correct. That would be a.
for only their portion,
And what was that?
for only their portion?
For only their portion, correct. So we
They
would
have
have
the-
two different firms if that was the case.
And they have the authority.
And they have the authority because we are the sponsor of the project.
They would pick it, they would put it out for competitive bid?
That was the original plan, that Cleveland would have ran with a separate RFQ, a request for proposals.
I'm just curious through the City of Cleveland process, if its own standalone contract, that's a direct award to an entity that is not a single source use, or, so could they do that?
Cleveland could sell the project themselves, yes.
Yeah, sell it, but normally if you're selling a project, you put it out for competitive bid.
And yes, it would be competitively bid.
But it's not, I'm just going over my head and trying to, on a gerbil wheel here. But if they could, or they can just do a direct award and bypass council.
Cleveland would not be able to do a direct award because we are the sponsor of it.
Okay, I'll just talk to you offline, but I'm just trying to get a little more clarity in regards to this significant contract. Valley Engineering has the current contract. We're amending it. Shaker did whatever they needed to do to approve it, to say, because they could have chose somebody different too.
So the individual cities could be responsible for hiring the consultants. In both instances, Shaker and Cleveland chose not to hire a consultant independently, and they
Relinquish it to you.
relinquished it to Public Works to then hire a consultant. In the Shaker piece that happened first, we then did a competitive bid. I'm not sure of how many consultants.
care about that. I
But
don't.
we selected Sugar Valley. Once we had that, Cleveland was going to sell a separate contract for a designer, but they felt that it would be in their best interest to amend this contract and use Sugar Valley similar to Shaker and let us then control that contract.
That'll be done after this through the chair. So they succeeded their authority to you, and they came back and said, oh, maybe you might do it, and they thought about it, and they went with you.
Correct.
Thank you very much. Now I have a clear understanding. It takes a little while sometimes for me, but I do appreciate it. Mr. Chairman, I relinquish the floor.
Further questions? If not, we will entertain a motion at this time.
Mr. Chairman, do we need suspension on this item?
No, we do not. So as, the second reading, or the final reading will be August 5th.
August 5th, yeah.
That's fine.
So I'll move that we favorably refer Resolution 2025-238 to the full council for second reading.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Okay, thank you, Eric. Let's see. All right, is there any miscellaneous business? It appears not. So at this time, nothing else holds our attention.